Whiny Bozo.
Yo, it's the future, you know.
Yo, it's some dash.
Hey, man, this is Heat Hustler, man.
Yo, what up? It's TZ 9 times 10, the problem child. Tune in to GFG TV. Be normal.
You're now tuned in to GFG TV.
As you tuned in to GFG TV, you know what it is, man.
And you tune in to GFG, you know what I'm saying, TV. Tap in.
You're now tuned in with GFG TV.
West YouTube, this your boy Big Ray West. You tuned in to GFG TV.
Hey, yo, this Naj, and you tuned in to GFG TV. M.O.M, let's go.
Just kicking it off, thank you for sitting down with us here at GFG TV. Let's start with what's your name and where you from?
Naj, Des Moines, Iowa. You know,
What side of town you from?
I'm raised on the east side, but I got more love on the west.
Okay.
So I got love on the east too, but you know.
You grew up on the east? Okay. Talk about your childhood.
Childhood, it's one of them situations where it's like, grew up with both parents, both of them raised off of survival and love, so I'm got the blessing to be raised off of survival and love as well as them too, and just big family orientated, you know, just, you know, my little house that we had on the east side, man, just, that was just like damn near party central during the summertime, you know what I'm saying, boxing matches and football games and barbecues and everything, like little house, and we got 20, 30, 40, 50 people in there, just, you know, out in the yard, out in the, lived on a dead end, so we and the kids, we out in the streets, running around playing football, basketball, whatever, you know, spades table over here, dominoes table over here, you know.
What street was that?
East 14th and Boyd, right where it's at now. There's a dorm there, but it used to be a dead end right there, and my house was right there on the corner. And but just out there, just, you know, my house in that area was the hood. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, just growing up, it was cool, you know, but everybody has their little adversities, you know what I'm saying? You know, just kind of taking losses and battling with different situations, struggling. I'm the youngest of four, so my oldest, he's 22, is it 22 years? No, I'm tripping. He's 12 years older than me.
Okay.
So, me coming up and them being a lot older than me, so kind of had to grow up a little more faster.
You had to keep up.
Definitely.
You had to keep
Definitely.
up. And they was all the way pretty much through school by the time you came along.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with the big bro. So.
Yeah.
What school did you attend over there? Or schools?
Elementary, I went to a school called Cattell Elementary, and then middle school, I went to Harding Middle School, and then there was a situation that happened where high school, I ended up going to Roosevelt, and then so
Rough Riders.
yeah.
So how old do you say you were when you went on your first date?
Shit, I don't even know, honestly.
Yeah.
I
High school or?
I mean, shit, just
Or did it just happen organically, like on the the block?
Probably just, you know, just cooling, and then shit, after some after school shit, we done went out to eat or something.
Taking them out to ice cream, my nigga.
Oh yeah, you know, that back then the dollar menu was popping. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know, I got 10, but I feel like a millionaire. Let's get what you want, baby. Yeah. Now add some cheese on that. You know, so yeah, so I really couldn't tell when exactly my first date was, but you know, it could have been late middle school, early high school, somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
What about school dances or prom?
Oh yeah, I went to the dances, the winter formals, the homecomings, prom. I wasn't supposed to go to prom, but yeah, I went anyways.
Talk about that.
Well, I'm a 3-time senior, so my original senior year, I wasn't doing good in school at all. So they was telling me I couldn't go, but you know I kind of got in good with one of the VPs. She was a little black lady, and I'm like, man, these my I already can't walk with them. So let me at least join one more. So she got to let me sneak in there. So I was in there.
Nice.
So yeah.
What about one thing you loved and one thing you hated about school?
One thing I loved was a lot of the people I met there, the ones that I'm close to and still close to this day. What I hated was I wasn't really treated too good. Since I'm from another side, so a lot of the people that went to that school, they kind of all still already grew up with each other. Me, I didn't grow up with them. Some of them I knew from, you know, sports and shit, you know, basketball, football and stuff. But just the way I was kind of treated because I was a lot wilder than them. You know, they don't know me, so to come to me and demand respect without giving it to me, that I'm not gonna let that shit fly.
Yeah.
So being wild, you know, I didn't know how to tame myself. So I didn't like the way I was treated. And I was honestly kind of giving up on, like at a young age, like giving up on. So it's like being in school and not really getting no help when I would ask for help and wanting help and needing help. Only help I really got was my best friend, my boy Peasy. He's the only one telling me he knew I was smart. You know, stay after school, I'll help tutor you, but I was just so far gone and you know, I came. So I had to pay the price. That's why I'm a 3-time senior. You know, my original year and then transferring to an alternative school and then kind of buckling down and really getting to it. And like supposed to graduate 2008 and ended up graduating 2010.
Yeah, but say that back again. What was the last part?
End up graduating.
Talk to him.
Well, that's the only important part throughout that whole thing, right
So
there.
I didn't give up, but it took a lot, and it took a teacher that I had. I can't remember her last name, but I know her first name was her name was Miss Michelle, and she was like one of the only teachers who actually like kind of pulled me in, and actually looked at all my transcripts and was like, "We lost you back when you was in 7th grade and did nothing to help you. So on my behalf, you don't even know me. On my behalf, I want to apologize for the whole Des Moines Public School for letting you down."
That's beautiful.
That apology right there, I was out of there in 3 months.
That's beautiful.
Out of there, got on the books, got on straight A
One
student
connection.
from right there, just because somebody, you know,
Believed in you.
and it was just up from there.
Yeah. People don't realize how much little inspirations in life could mean a whole lot.
Yeah,
A whole lot.
it
One
changes a
kind
lot.
word.
Yeah, it changes a lot. You know, that's why, you know, people kind of, you know, you get people who are pessimistic, people who are optimistic. You know, and those people who are optimistic, a lot of people kind of, they feel like, oh, you're in a fairy tale land because you preach more positivity. It's like, no, it's not that. We know the negatives, but we just don't try to grasp onto it. You know what I'm saying? So being positive and optimistic, being motivational, that one word, that one phrase, that one time you did something could help and change somebody's entire life. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it did for me. Just hearing that one thing changed me.
It's a dope story, bro. Appreciate you sharing that with us. When you were, you know, going through that time, you know, and it's kind of an offset from where we were, but what would you say is some of your favorite musical inspirations at that time?
Back in high school during that times?
Yeah.
Music-wise, Lyfe Jennings, when he dropped his first album, I don't know what it did and what it was. A lot of things I never went through, but it hit me deep, you know, just listening to it, just every song, you know what I'm saying, that hit me. And then listening to people like Reed Dollars and Cassidy. Another album I used to play to death was that The Massacre by 50 Cent. That was one of the ones too. And then I was big on a lot of the local music too. So listening to, remember Tweety when he was going crazy. Rest in peace, my boy Tweety. And I still got like 4 or 5 of his songs and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
GFG to Infinity, Tweety.
Yeah, oh God. And I had to send him to his brother and shit, you know, but listening to him, you know, he had a song that really touched me because I knew his situation because I met him years before high school. You know, we was like kids when he first moved up here from the NO. and hearing a song that he did about his mom, it like resonated because I was going through situations with my mom, you know, and so listening to him, you know, Boo Boo and Thirst, Fat Mac, you know, a lot of them people, you know what I'm saying, listening to them, they were just like kind of big inspirations. Juliano Doc too, you know what I'm saying, just listening to him, you know, they was like real big inspirations for me to really want to, like, took my mind off a lot of things and even helped me even push me into that avenue of doing it. You know, I had already started like rapping a little bit, but once I grasped onto some people that were inspirational to me, it really started working my pen and working. And then me and my boy P have notebooks, you know, throughout whole high school, and we would just write and we would battle each other every day. You know, I come in the morning, he have a page for me. By the second, third period, I have a page for him. So we had stacks upon stacks of notebooks where we would just battle each other.
That's dope.
And he was a big inspiration, especially when it came to like wording, because he's a man.
He's a genius.
Man,
He's
big,
one of the smartest people I ever talked to.
Big,
You
man.
really sit down and talk to Big P.
And so for him to be that like that person where it's like, man, I don't even know what this word is, and so I start looking up words and start understanding and getting my lyricism and my in-depthness of my lyrics down, and just, you know, going back and forth and writing with him and stuff. And so he's another big inspiration for me when it came to just be like to people to listen to and motivation to help me get to where I was at starting to do music.
Okay.
You know,
So that kind of brings me in. Tell me about M.O.M. Music Over Money.
Music Over Money, it started off as a group called For Show Productions. When we started off with me, Rajon Monroe, his brother E, Tut Jones, Rome Oliver, Big P, Droga was in it for a little while. We worked with WAP a few times. Dynasty. Who else? Johnny Cash, we worked with him a little bit too. Who else am I missing? Splash. Yeah, it was just us. It just started off as that, and then when that kind of broke down, me, Splash, and P, we linked up and got close, and we started calling ourselves Certified Bangers. So we went by that for a while, and then I kind of wanted to start to get some business done down to it, and got to looking up and all kind of mixtape names and all kind of different things called Certified Bangers and stuff. So, man, we kind of stuck, was trying to look for a name, and then one day Splash just hit me. He was just like, man, I'm M.O.M, Music Over Money, you know, da-da-da-da. And I know that meant a lot to him because of what the initials M.O.M, mom, mean, you know, same with P and same with me, what our mom meant. So that Music Over Money, that's where that came from.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit more about your relationship with Splashy?
Splash is my brother. That's my brother. You know, we as I said, started off with music and stuff, and then just kind of got closer as we was going on. You know, solid dude, you know what I'm saying? Just somebody that, like, when he would rap, you know, he would have like the craziest punchlines, man, like craziest punchlines. We sit there and we didn't have no booth when we was recording back in For Show, so he would say something and we would interrupt the whole recording session going crazy because of something he said, you know. Like, very super talented dude. So it's like when we kind of branched on our own, man, I just kind of got to hearing him and listening to his style, and he started incorporating his story into a lot of his stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of, you know, our relationship as friends turned into brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because of just a lot of things he would talk about and things we kind of have conversations about. So yeah, that's my boy, man.
So, how did you learn how to make beats?
He goes by Velvet. It's my big brother. Fudge Beatz or Velvet, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy, man. He was married to my sister, so when I was younger, he used to start making beats on the PlayStation music generator. And man, I just remember this one beat he made, man, and that shit just like, it sparked a big ass interest, man. It's all when they be like off doing whatever they doing, you know what I'm saying? I'd get on there and try to figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out and shit. And then I don't know, it just kind of got pushed to the side, and then I think P came to me and was talking to me about, you know, what he had seen what Juliano was using. I think Juliano had brought his laptop to school one day. And so I had asked him about the software, and he was like, yeah, I'll get it to you. And one day, I think I don't know if he was at summer school or something. I forgot all about it. And Juliano came up and gave me the disc at FL Studio 5. And I was like, bet, you know. We went to P's house that day. I ain't had no computer. P had a laptop. We set up, figuring out how to get it, man. And we set up that whole night. Me and him both started making beats the same night. And we're just figuring it out. So even though, so that's why even with Juliano, he's another inspiration. Like, I still have the disc he gave me. I put it up and it sits right there. And I always, for inspiration on what I started with, you know what I'm saying? So.
What would you say maybe is your favorite song you've recorded or featured on?
My favorite song I recorded. I don't know. I love music. So it's like every song, there's something about it I love about it. You know, in every aspect. It could be just the way they said the ad-libs, the way whatever they said on the intro. You know, like a slip up that they said on the chorus, you know, and then I just, you know, like, hey, leave that in there, you know. Oh, okay, you know, just the unknowingness of it to make of recording and what's going to come out at the output. It just makes me love all of it. So I can't say there's one song that's my favorite, you know. Feature wise, it'd probably be the song me and Rome did called "Going Through It," and he had sent it to me, and when he had sent it to me, it was at a time where I kind of wanted to give up rapping. And then I had asked him one day, you know, like, man, what is it that you want to hear from me, you know, because, you know, I've been doing it for so long. I don't really have a lot of music out. I don't have a project or anything, you know, just kind of going through a lot of mental things on what I want to do, you know, and I kind of at that point wanted to give up. And then I said, man, what do you want to hear from me? He was just like, I want to hear your story. Okay, you know, and then he had sent me that song. And I just ripped it and sent it to him, you know. And we got a couple more songs after that, but that one song, you know, when I hear it, I'm like, yeah.
There you go. Gives you that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You actively performing or touring?
Actively isn't for music. No, I haven't performed in like maybe 2 years. The last time I performed was battle rapping.
Okay.
And then before that, and touring wise, music wise, I've never been out of state and performed, but battling, I've been out of state twice and battled.
Okay.
So.
Who are some of your favorite local producers?
My brother Fudge, Velvet, Chuch, Tempest is cool. Who else? Heartless is fire. Like I've been hearing this production lately, and I'm like, that boy, he's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Shout out to Heartless.
My boy P. Who else? King Bo, he's nice too. I can't probably think a lot of them or rest of them off tip, but there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of them like I like for certain aspects. You know, who I tend to grasp onto a lot when I hear their beats is Chuch, because his instrumentation on his beats, you know, he's a producer who he can pick up the guitar and play it. He can play the keyboard. He can play the drums. Yeah. He's a real musician. Yeah. And it transpires from taking that analog sound of playing the guitar and putting it into digital, and the way he puts stuff together, it's just like you a master, bro.
Anytime you can make something organically like that, that's a lot of time.
He's a beast. His whole family, man. I think he's got another cousin or something that produces. Man, his whole family, they talented, man. They all talented, man. And
their cousin is a Bangladesh.
Yeah. And he's another talented person. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they got a lot of just talent within them. So I can see it in Chuch, man. He just knows what he's doing, man. You know, so y'all better go shop with him. We're playing with that man. Hey, let him get his spot like he deserves, man. For real.
There you go. Go shop with the man. Check Chuch out. Church Pro, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go. What about some local rappers catching your attention?
The last thing I think I listened to was my boy Rome just dropped a song. He far from local now, you know what I'm saying? He down in AZ doing his thing, but he just dropped a song which he's been going crazy. Juliano's Alias album was fire. I fuck with Bozo. They whole squad, they especially Trippy's nice. I think I just seen that one joint Colo drop, and she's been going crazy too. So there's a few of them that a lot of them I can't name off top, but there's a few of them that I'll hear. Like if they drop something, I'll check it out. You know, there's a lot of artists, but those are just some of the main ones that I kind of caught my ear.
Oh, what about some advice you'd give a struggling musician in Des Moines?
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Create your lane. You don't have to be in anybody else's lane. Create your own lane. They will come to you.
There you go. The original.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. What is it like working with Ray West and GFG Records?
I love it, man. These guys, him, Ray, and Rome. They really brought me back to life musically, on as an artist. And so whenever they need something, I gotta deliver. Because you don't get too many opportunities. You know, people say like you don't get second chances at things, but you do. You just gotta recognize them. Yeah. And Ray sending me stuff. That shit it's like something I can't forget because it really brought me back and wanted me to motivate. You know, I've taken time off of producing and engineering, and like right now I kind of really am just more focused on my artist side and really trying to put more music out. And with them feeding me, it's like you building up my energy, giving me my strength. I've been in my little chamber, and they just literally pressing the buttons to help me power up. And I'm like, then when I power up, it's going here. So I love it, man. Appreciate you, bro, for real.
Oh yeah. What local artists have you produced for?
Rome, Splash. I'm tripping. Rest in peace, my boy Jay Foster. That is another big inspiration for me. I produced for him. We sat in the studios for hours, and sometimes ain't getting nothing accomplished, but just going through things and just trying to figure out this and figure out that, and then finally get something done. So he's another one I produced for, worked for. Rest in peace, my boy, for that. And then let's see who else. Took Jones. I'm really production-wise, I haven't really. This is pretty much just the core people I really produce for. I got hella beats. I just gotta shuffle through them, and then I kind of hear who I think go good on this or go good on that. I'm not really a person who I don't really want to sell beats online because I feel like it takes away from who you are. My sound is my sound, so if you want my sound, you have to come to me and get it.
There you go. There's got to be some personalization there at some point. And I know from the times being over there with Dash and stuff, I know you got a lot of beats. I know you got a lot of beats. I've heard, and some stuff that's amazing. If you appreciate what Naj does, reach out to the man, because I don't think I've ever really even seen you have a problem with anybody, but it's just a matter of people reaching out. Sometimes people don't even ask,
Yeah, and that's just a lot of it. And a lot of it, they want me to put a bunch of beats in a folder and send it to them so they can pick. And for me, it's just like
that's hard. There's
I want
nothing
you
there.
to, I don't feel like I can't give you everything. Like you come here, I can play you everything. I got beats going all the way back to 2007, and I have the very first beat I ever made still. So it's like just for years, So it's like I can't give you everything, One of the sessions with Jay, we just kind of going through beats, and his Simon Says song was actually a beat I made in 2012. That song came out in 2017, and it took from whatever that beat was, what it was then, going through it, revitalizing it, giving it new life, and then that's what made it what it was for then. So it's like, he was one of the ones where it's like, I'd be like, Jay, what we doing? He'd be like, I don't know, man. I'm like, bro, pick a year. 2011. I go open up the beats that I made in 2011, and we'll go through all of them. Oh yeah, I like that one. I like the drums on this one. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I take the drums, put it somewhere. Okay, yeah, I like this melody here, and and so that's why for me, when it comes to one production for me, you gotta come see me because I don't know. I'd rather catch that vibe with you. Yeah, you can play a bunch of beats, but it's something about when you're right there in the essence and hear everything.
For sure.
That vibe that you get right then and there, that means more to me than anything.
West YouTube, this your boy Big Ray West. You tuned in to GFG TV.